The Forgotten Outpost. The Horizon Research Station hung like a delicate crystal suspended in the infinite darkness of space, a testament to human persistence at the very edge of explored territory. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez leaned against the observation window, his weathered hands clasped behind his back, watching the swirling electromagnetic storms that perpetually danced around their isolated outpost. Another system check. Dr. Rodriguez called out Alina Novak, the station's lead engineer, her voice cutting through the ambient hum of advanced machinery. Her fingers danced across holographic displays, tracking the intricate web of systems that kept their research station alive in this harsh environment. The station was humanity's most advanced deep space research facility, positioned strategically near the convergence of multiple galactic anomalies. Unlike the sprawling, over-engineered vessels of other spacefaring civilizations, this human outpost was a marvel of efficiency and adaptability. Every component served multiple purposes. Every system was designed with redundancy and innovation. Marcus turned, a wry smile crossing his face. "How are our cosmic neighbors feeling today, Alina?" She pulled up a holographic map showing the surrounding alien territories. The Zorn Collective's border territories flickered in pale green, while the Krax Confederation's regions pulsed in a deep blue. Both civilizations had long ignored the small human research station, dismissing it as insignificant. "Quiet," Alina responded. "Almost too quiet." The station's unique positioning allowed them to monitor complex quantum fluctuations that most species couldn't even comprehend. What appeared to be empty space to others was, to the human researchers, a canvas of incredible scientific potential. Suddenly, a series of alarms erupted across the control room. Quantum sensors began registering unprecedented energy signatures, unlike anything they had ever recorded. The electromagnetic storms outside intensified, creating a mesmerizing yet terrifying light show. "Marcus, we're detecting something," Alina called out, her voice a mixture of excitement and concern. "It's not just another anomaly. This is different." Dr. Rodriguez moved quickly to her station, his decades of research preparing him for moments of unexpected discovery. The holographic displays now showed complex mathematical patterns emerging from the cosmic chaos, patterns that seemed to defy known physical laws. "The Zorn and Krax won't be able to detect this," Marcus muttered, more to himself than to Alina. "Their sensor technologies are too limited, too rigid." As the minutes passed, the energy signatures grew more intense. What had started as a curious scientific observation was rapidly transforming into something that could potentially threaten entire galactic regions. Alina's fingers flew across the interfaces, running complex simulation models. "The quantum resonance is building," she said, her scientific detachment barely masking the underlying tension. "If this continues, we're looking at a cascading event that could destabilize entire star systems." Marcus Rodriguez had built his entire career on being the scientist who saw what others missed. This moment felt different. This was more than just another research opportunity. This was a potential turning point for humanity's understanding of the universe. "Prepare the quantum stabilization array," he commanded, "and get me a direct communication link to the Interstellar Research Consortium. They need to know what we're seeing." The human research station, so often overlooked and underestimated by their alien counterparts, was about to become the most important location in the galaxy. The cosmic storm outside continued to build, its complex patterns suggesting something far beyond a simple natural phenomenon. Unbeknownst to the Zorn Collective and the Krax Confederation, humanity's most unassuming outpost was preparing to face a challenge that would redefine their understanding of space, time, and scientific possibility. The Forgotten Outpost was about to become the most critical point of resistance against an impending cosmic threat. First contact, last chance. The diplomatic vessel of the Zorn Collective materialized just beyond the Horizon Research Station's sensor range. Its sleek, bioorganic hull pulsed with bioluminescent patterns that would have appeared beautiful to most observers. To Dr. Marcus Rodriguez and Alina Novak, it was a harbinger of something far more significant. "Incoming transmission," Elena announced, her voice tight with anticipation. The alien communication protocols were notoriously complex, but years of dedicated research had given the human team a unique edge in interspecies communication. The holographic display flickered to life, revealing Ambassador Krulax of the Zorn Collective. The being was a marvel of biological engineering, a crystalline humanoid form that seemed to shimmer between solid and liquid states. Its voice emerged not as sound, but as a series of precise mathematical wavelengths that the station's advanced translation systems converted to comprehensible speech. "Humans of the Horizon Station," the ambassador began, "we come with a request that defies our typical protocols of engagement." Marcus exchanged a quick glance with Elena. The Zorn were known for their rigid hierarchical society and their disdain for what they considered lesser technological civilizations. For them to approach a human station voluntarily was unprecedented. "The quantum anomaly you've detected," Krulax continued, "threatens not just our territories, but the fundamental stability of this galactic sector." Elena's fingers were already running complex simulations, cross-referencing the Zorn's data with their own observations. The cosmic threat was more severe than they had initially understood. The quantum resonance was creating microscopic tears in the fabric of space-time, each breach potentially capable of triggering a cascading event that could consume entire star systems. "We require your assistance," the ambassador stated, a note of barely concealed desperation cutting through the typically emotionless communication. Marcus couldn't help but allow a small smile to cross his face. The mighty Zorn Collective, who had ignored and often mocked human technological capabilities, was now asking for help. "Specify the parameters of the threat," Marcus responded, his scientific mind already racing through potential mitigation strategies. The holographic display shifted, revealing complex quantum equations that would have appeared as incomprehensible gibberish to most species. But to the human researchers, it was a language of pure potential. Elena began annotating the projection, her mind working at speeds that would have impressed even the most advanced alien computational systems. "The resonance is creating quantum entanglement points," she muttered, more to herself than to anyone else. "But it's not random. There's a pattern here." Ambassador Krulax watched, a hint of surprise emerging in the wavelength patterns of its communication. The humans were not just listening. They were actively analyzing and understanding the threat that had stumped the Zorn Collective's best scientific minds. "We have approximately 72 standard time units before the quantum cascade becomes irreversible," the ambassador explained. "Our technological capabilities are insufficient to address the fundamental quantum instability." Marcus stepped forward, his hands moving across a holographic interface that seemed to anticipate his thoughts. "We'll need a collaborative approach," he said. "Your computational resources, our theoretical framework." The irony was not lost on either Marcus or Elena. Humanity had always been underestimated, a young species relegated to the margins of galactic civilization. And now, they might be the only hope of preventing a cosmic catastrophe. "Prepare for data transfer," Krulax announced. "But be warned, the information we're about to share has driven our most advanced scientists to the brink of cognitive collapse." Elena's eyes gleamed with a mixture of scientific excitement and profound responsibility. This was more than just a research opportunity. This was a moment that could define humanity's place in the universe. As the first waves of alien data began to stream into their systems, Marcus Rodriguez knew that everything was about to change. The forgotten human research station at the edge of known space was now the last line of defense against a threat that could unmake reality itself. The cosmic game had changed, and humanity was no longer just a player. They were becoming the primary strategists. The impossible plan. The Horizon Research Station had transformed. What was once a quiet outpost of human scientific curiosity was now a frenzied hub of interspecies collaboration. Holographic displays covered every available surface, showing quantum field projections, gravitational stress maps, and complex mathematical models that seemed to dance and shift with a life of their own. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez stood at the center of a makeshift war room, surrounded by a diverse team of human researchers and Zorn scientific advisors. Elena Novak was rapidly sketching theoretical quantum stabilization diagrams, her mind working faster than the most advanced alien computational systems. Traditional methods of quantum field manipulation will only accelerate the cascade, announced Dr. Lirac, the lead Zorn quantum theorist. The crystalline being's form flickered with agitation, its biomechanical structure reflecting emotional states in real time. Marcus leaned over the central holographic display, his fingers tracing the intricate patterns of the quantum anomaly. "We're not looking at a standard spatial disturbance," he muttered. "This is more like a systemic infection in the fabric of space-time itself." Elena looked up, a spark of inspiration crossing her features. "What if we don't try to stop the cascade? What if we redirect it?" The room fell silent. Redirecting a quantum cascade was considered impossible by every known scientific civilization. The Zorn representatives exchanged glances, their crystalline forms momentarily becoming opaque with confusion. "Explain," demanded Ambassador Krulax, who had remained present throughout the planning stages. Elena's fingers flew across the holographic interface, generating a three-dimensional model that showed the quantum anomaly as a living, breathing entity. "We've been treating this like a problem to be solved," she said. "But what if it's more like a system to be guided?" Dr. Rodriguez caught on immediately. "Controlled destruction," he said. "Not prevention, but redirection." The plan was audacious. Instead of attempting to stop the quantum cascade, they would create a series of precisely calculated quantum resonance points that would redirect the energy. Like a massive cosmic river being channeled through a carefully constructed series of locks and dams, the destructive energy would be guided away from populated star systems. "The precision required is beyond anything previously attempted," Dr. Lirac cautioned. "A deviation of even 0.000000001% could trigger a catastrophic chain reaction." Marcus walked to a holographic representation of the affected space sector. "We'll need to build a quantum resonance network, multiple relay points, each precisely calibrated to absorb and redirect specific energy frequencies." The Zorn team was simultaneously impressed and horrified. Humans were proposing to do what their most advanced civilizations had deemed impossible, to treat a cosmic threat as a complex engineering problem. Elena pulled up schematics for custom-built quantum resonance relays. Each device was a marvel of miniaturization and complexity, designed to be deployed across multiple star systems. They would act like quantum shock absorbers, dissipating the dangerous energy cascade. "We'll need support from other civilizations," Marcus said. "The Krax Confederation, the methane-based collectives in the Outer Rim. Everyone who stands to lose if this goes wrong." Ambassador Krulax's form pulsed with a complex pattern that the translation systems interpreted as a mixture of respect and disbelief. "You propose to solve a galactic-level threat with what appears to be an improvised network of scientific devices." Elena's smile was sharp and confident. "Humanity has always been good at making something out of nothing. Improvisation is our specialty." The plan was insane. It was impossible. It relied on technologies that didn't fully exist yet, cooperation between civilizations that barely tolerated each other, and a level of scientific creativity that defied conventional understanding. But it was a human plan, and that made all the difference. As the team began the intricate work of turning theoretical models into deployable technology, the mood in the Horizon Research Station shifted. This was no longer just a scientific challenge. This was humanity's moment to prove that innovation, creativity, and sheer stubborn determination could overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The quantum cascade was coming, and humanity was ready to meet it head-on. Technological ingenuity. The deployment began with a precision that defied belief. Quantum resonance relays, compact devices no larger than a human hand, were launched from the Horizon Research Station in a carefully choreographed ballet of technological marvel. Each relay was a testament to human engineering, compact, adaptable, and bristling with capabilities that would have seemed like science fiction mere weeks ago. Commander Aria Santos piloted the lead deployment vessel, her hands steady on the controls as she guided the first wave of relays. Behind her, a coalition of ships from the Zorn Collective, Krax Confederation, and several other galactic civilizations formed an unprecedented armada. Relay clusters 1 through 7 are in position. Alina Novik's voice came through the communication system, her fingers dancing across multiple holographic interfaces. Quantum alignment is holding at 99.7% accuracy. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez monitored the broader strategic overview, his eyes tracking the complex web of quantum energy flows. The plan was audacious, using the very energy of the quantum cascade to power their redirection network. Incoming solar wind interference, called out Lieutenant Jason Chen from the sensor station. Zorn support vessels are experiencing quantum resonance feedback. Aria gritted her teeth. This was the moment of truth. The quantum cascade was approaching critical mass, a swirling maelstrom of energy that threatened to tear apart the fabric of space-time itself. Relay network engaging, Elena announced. The first set of quantum resonance devices began to pulse, creating intricate interference patterns that seemed to bend the very laws of physics. The Zorn scientific advisor, Dr. Lirak, transmitted a continuous stream of calculations. Deviation increasing, the crystalline being warned. Quantum bleed is approaching critical threshold. Marcus leaned forward. Adaptive Protocol Gamma 7, he commanded. It was a failsafe they had developed during countless simulations, a last resort method of quantum energy redirection that pushed the boundaries of known scientific understanding. The space around the relay network began to shimmer, reality itself seeming to flex and warp. Ships from various civilizations watched in a mixture of terror and awe as the quantum cascade began to change course. "It's working," Aria whispered, barely believing her own words. The massive energy flow was being guided, channeled through the carefully constructed network of human-designed relays. But success was never guaranteed. The quantum cascade fought back, sending massive energy surges that threatened to overwhelm the relay network. Each relay absorbed and redirected, acting like a cosmic shock absorber. Zorn support vessels are experiencing critical quantum stress, Lieutenant Chen reported. Shields at 23% capacity. Alina's voice cut through the tension. Initiating quantum resonance amplification. Rerouting auxiliary power from backup systems. The human-designed relays began to pulse with an almost living energy. They weren't just blocking or redirecting. They were actively transforming the quantum cascade, breaking it down into manageable energy streams. Dr. Lyrek's communication became increasingly fragmented. Unprecedented. Quantum stability. Impossible. Marcus allowed himself a small smile. Impossible was a word humans had never truly understood. As the final stages of the redirection began, the quantum cascade transformed. What had been a potentially civilization-ending threat was now being carefully guided away from populated star systems, its destructive potential being slowly dissipated. The Horizon Research Station, once a forgotten outpost at the edge of known space, was now the epicenter of the most significant scientific intervention in galactic history. Aria's voice broke the tension. Quantum cascade redirection at 87% complete, holding stable. They weren't out of danger, but for the first time since the threat was discovered, hope seemed like a real possibility. Humanity had just rewritten the rules of cosmic survival. Vanishing Act. The aftermath of the quantum cascade intervention was nothing short of miraculous. The Horizon Research Station, once a forgotten outpost at the edge of known space, had become the most significant scientific landmark in galactic history. Weeks after the initial intervention, representatives from dozens of alien civilizations congregated in a massive conference chamber aboard a neutral diplomatic station. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez and Alina Novik sat at the center of the gathering, their presence both celebrated and slightly uncomfortable. Ambassador Krulax of the Zorn Collective rose first, its crystalline form pulsing with a complex pattern of respect and wonder. Humanity has fundamentally altered our understanding of cosmic intervention, the ambassador began. What was deemed impossible became not only possible but achieved with a level of creativity that defies our most advanced computational models. The diplomatic chamber was filled with species that had previously viewed humans as a marginal, barely notable civilization. Now they looked at the human representatives with a mixture of awe, respect, and a touch of fear. Elena leaned forward, her scientific mind already thinking beyond the current moment. The quantum resonance network we developed isn't just a one-time solution, she explained. It's a framework for understanding and managing cosmic-level energy phenomena. Dr. Lirek, the Zorn quantum theorist, transmitted a series of complex mathematical representations that showed how the human-designed relay network could be adapted to address similar cosmic threats in the future. The technology was revolutionary, a method of cosmic energy management that no other civilization had even conceived. Commander Aria Santos stood, representing the human military and scientific expedition team. "We didn't just redirect a quantum cascade," she said. "We demonstrated that innovation isn't about having the most advanced technology. It's about adaptability, creativity, and the willingness to approach problems from completely unexpected angles." The diplomatic station hummed with translated conversations. Species that had previously ignored or dismissed humanity were now seeking collaboration, desperate to understand the principles behind the quantum rescue operation. Marcus Rodriguez reflected on the journey. The Horizon Research Station had started as a modest outpost, a place where human researchers pursued scientific curiosity at the edge of known space. Now, it had become a symbol of humanity's potential. The quantum cascade was more than just a threat, Marcus explained to the gathered representatives. It was an opportunity to demonstrate what happens when you refuse to accept the limitations others place on you. As the diplomatic discussions continued, Elena was already working on the next phase. The quantum resonance network could be adapted for planetary defense, for understanding complex cosmic phenomena, for protecting entire star systems from previously unmanageable threats. The final report would go down in galactic historical records. A small human research station, with limited resources and a team of fewer than 50 researchers, had done what entire advanced civilizations could not. They had not just survived a cosmic threat, they had transformed it. Ambassador Krulax approached Marcus and Elena after the main proceedings. "Your species has changed everything," the crystalline being transmitted. "Humanity is no longer seen as a marginal civilization. You are now a force to be recognized." Elena's smile was both humble and confident. "We're just getting started," she responded. The Horizon Research Station continued to drift at the edge of known space. But now it was no longer forgotten. It was a beacon of hope, a testament to human potential, and a warning to the universe. Never underestimate humanity's capacity for innovation. The quantum cascade had vanished, and in its place, a new understanding of cosmic possibility had emerged.